Oh, what is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back. I think we're on episode number 5 of my Path to Power. Those of you guys that have zero interest in the squad building challenges, you might want to move on to the next one because this is the big squad building challenge episode to take over the entire world. One squad building challenge episode to rule them all. Not going to just be one, but it's going to be a little. Next time I'll do it with more gameplay back and forth. But I show you guys, like, the way Path to Power works is whatever I'm doing in the order I'm doing it, that's what I'm showing you guys. So I got really hypey for a few hours with squad building challenges. I know that I recommended to use it all for gameplay, but this stuff is so addicting for me that I just frankly couldn't help myself. So we're doing the reserves challenge right now, and you guys will get to see exactly what teams I pick. This should be formatted a little bit better, so you guys will get not so much of me going out and buying the players, but skipping ahead to my final squad. We'll pause there for a sec, very short second, mind you. You guys can see what players I picked. You guys can consider building same squads, similar squads. Really, my goal is to get you guys in the mindset for the challenges, not so much the challenges themselves. I remembered, or if you guys remember at the beginning of the last episode when we started doing the challenges, I said to keep an eye on that coin total in the top left. I still want you to do that this time. And one guy pointed out, very perceptive, Japes, I think you lost 5,000 coins last episode. That indeed is correct. I can't hide that fact. But I was doing that in mind after doing the entire squad building session. So keep looking at that total. And towards the end of this episode, I promise it'll get a little bit better. You can see we won a few more Argentine players. I threw 150 coin bids. I think they're really, really easy to use for a lot of the challenges. And you end up paying, somewhere in, 1,500 coins or something, a little bit more than that, or maybe a little bit less than that for like a full team of them. So not much at all. And if you sell all of the players that you get in the pack for 250 coins or 150 coins themselves, or you make a little bit of money on a rare card, you're even going to be in better shape. So we're just switching things around. I tossed a bunch of silvers in to begin with, but I just didn't have the right chemistry. And I was like, okay. So you can see we skipped forward right here, went out and bought a bunch of players. The chemistry is up over 60. So now I can just toss in like whatever players wherever I want. But I do, I kind of take a little bit of, it had to have 2 rare players as well. So we are going to toss Uche in there. I don't think he goes for very much because he is from the La Liga 1, 2, 3 or whatever it's called now. I used to be the BBVA or Liga B. I'm not quite sure what the name is now, but his squad was relegated and he is just not worth that much. We do pack Palladino right here, which is a really pretty nice silver card. So I was confident that I'd be able to sell him on. And when I say a pretty nice silver card, you're looking at a card that you can sell for about 1,000 coins or so. Augustine looks to be a decent, pacey-ish French silver as well, plays for PSG, which is always nice. So this is all in all a pretty darn good pack. Also, we've got that Philadelphia Union player over there on the right from the MLS. Of course, there's the Giovinco challenge and the Jonas challenge. So one for the Liga NOS, or the Portuguese League, and one for the MLS, or the American League. Those players are selling for a bit more. So I can see this one didn't sell for the 1,000 coins. Going to go ahead or hadn't sold yet. List mine for 950. So if anybody is indeed going out there and looking for him, mine will be the first one that they pick, because I'd rather just have the coins back right now than wait on them, because hey, that's just how I roll. So we go into the gold challenge, and this is kind of the squad that we were at before. We do have to swap out. We had to go out and buy a few players, and like I said, just rather than showing you guys buying every single player for a varying price between 350, sometimes as much as like 800 coins or whatever, just watch the coin total in the top left. It's a better indication of, it's kind of like a hot or not meter for how well these challenges are going for me. Sometimes the ticker's going down. It's like, come on, Japes, you're clearly trying to complete a challenge. But once the challenge is done, then it flips back on up, and we start to sell some of the players on, or we use them for other challenges, and things are good. So we go ahead and go into browse packs here. We have an all players pack and a premium gold players pack. Pretty darn good packs. Only one rare for this one. It's kind of a bummer, but it was not what we were looking for. So Rojo, actually, I have no idea what he sells for. I don't think I've sold him yet because, like I said, I like to hold on to players from the BPL. Argentine players as well, I think, are pretty darn good. So we're going to just send all these guys to the club for the time being. And then this is about the point when I started seeing the coin total going down. Then I was like, I should really be selling a lot more players on. When I saw that Brazilian come up, I started to get super excited for a rare. But Alan, while probably a very good player on FIFA, not stellar for what you're looking for the challenges. But this pack is all in all like really, really good for challenges. You got some French players in there, a Brazilian, some Spanish players, so I was quite pleased. We've got this guy from the Colorado Rapids, Williams, a right back, and look up on the market. There's only one up there for 4,000 coins. Bodes very well for us, so we'll go ahead and list him up. I think I list him up for 3,500 by now. Maybe 3,500 by now is right, Japes. And indeed, he will sell on for 3,500 coins. One of the great things with the squad building challenges, some of the rare players in the leagues end up going for a ton, even if they are low rated. So take that into consideration when you're thinking about the return for this. So MLS players, if you get them and they are rare, even if they're not great looking silvers or bronzes, by all means, they're probably going for a couple thousand coins. Toss them up. So switching around in the next challenge, this is 5 Nations Hybrid. You can see the requirements on the left. Nationality is 5. We just went ahead with the Bundesliga side. Easy to do with 5 different nationalities. Max 3 from the same nation, so we've got our 3 Germans. You do have to have 6 rares, I believe. 5 rares maybe. Yeah, 5 rare players, and we have them. All of the rare players in this squad that you see, I paid 700 coins for. And a bunch of the other players, I paid 350 to 500, 600 coins for. So that was a pretty expensive one with all the rare players. You can see that coin total is down at 12,174. And at this point, I thought, oh no, Japes, what have you done? You've been steering people all sorts of wrong. That is a naughty boy. Pick up Fausto, another player that I'd say is a pretty decent silver with 72 defending, 76 physical, and almost 70 pace. That's a pretty solid silver CDM. So I think he will sell on. And at this point, I was like, I need to get some of these coins back. And I need them back now. So we're listing these aggressively and hoping that some of them will sell on. There's certainly, like, Scottish players generally tend to do pretty well, so I list them up for a little bit more in hopes that they'll sell. And some of these guys I was probably listing for far too low, but I just wanted the coins back so I could continue building. But Fausto, we list up for 750 by now. He'll sell for that as well. So that is all in all pretty good. Covers the cost of one of those rare players. This for the starting 11 challenge with the, well, it's the starting 11 challenge, but nationality is 11, exactly gold, 100 chemistry. Went with the BBVA team, pretty easy, not that expensive either. You've got some options at a bunch of different positions. Kishna and Radu, the left wing and left back respectively, were the most expensive. So that knocked me back a few 4,000 or 5,000 coins again, but we do get a prime gold players pack, so fingers crossed. Pick up Joe Hart. Don't mind if I do. Couple thousand coins back right there. Covers a lot of the cost of that squad, which is just awesome. When compared his price, decided to list him up for a buy now 3,500 when I saw the open bids. He sells very quickly at that price, so I probably could have listed him for a little bit more. Keita looks to be an awesome little player for 75 rated for the Bundesliga, plays for Leipzig. We're going to go ahead and list him up for 750 coins with that pace. He'll sell on. I don't know if you guys prefer me telling you whether or not they sell for the price right away or leaving it to be a bit more suspenseful and letting you see for yourself. Leave a comment, of course. Let me know. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about titling videos per se, or not so much titling, but so I saw a comment that was like, Japes, can you please just like tell us which players are overpowered and which ones aren't? And so I tweeted out, I was like, a 90 pace player running by a 60 pace player, even if it's like a silver versus a gold, is not overpowered. That's like just playing however what your style is and creating a bit of space and then letting the physical attributes of the player do the rest. That is not overpowered. Overpowered in a video game is something that is legitimately broken. So when I've used it in the past, I used to say near post OP a lot for, I don't know if it was FIFA 12 or 13, maybe 14 even, but you used to be able to finesse shot to the near post or just shoot it to the near post almost no matter wherever you were, and it would go in, and that's ridiculous. I also found real quick, this is to the nines, but I found completing the challenges from what would technically be the most difficult to the easier ones is a lot better because the rewards are better for the higher ones. And then chances are you'll be able to use some of the rewards from the higher ones to complete the lower ones. That's another BPL side, pretty darn easy to complete it with, lots of different nationalities, and even the low-level BPL players, especially ones from different nations that play for your relegation mid-table teams, you can pick them up for really, really cheap buy nows, but you do have to snipe them, so that's not always the best. Pick up Carvajal here, which is awesome again. I won't say that's an amazing pack or anything like that, but it is a solid pack. A lot of people would love to have Carvajal as their starting right back for their Spanish team, for their BBVA, or for their La Liga Santander team. So I will undoubtedly be able to sell him for a couple thousand coins, and our coin total is starting to go back up. Keep in mind, we also have not sold any of our consumables, and I'm going to be holding off on that till the full game drops. Now, I'm not going to be doing it like opening day when the full game drops. People open tons of packs. You can pick up consumables for super, super cheap. That's not, well, I'm going to sell a few, the healing ones, because I don't really see the point in spending healing cards. I can go out and find a player to replace the one on the pitch. Not a big deal. But the day the game releases, you can pick up consumables super cheap because there are lots of them on the market. People are trying to sell them, make a few coins. And then later on, people are like, man, I need fitness cards for my squad. And you'll see the price start to go right back on up. Another thing to take into consideration for the remainder of Ultimate Team, every Wednesday, consumables go down in price. When the new team of the week drops, you can pick up your consumables for the week very, very cheap at that point, and then sell them on. Like selling them on Saturday or Sunday, if you're trying to make a few coins, always a great bet because people are going to be getting on for the weekend leagues. And in the weekend league, the goal is to play and win as many games as possible. In order to do that, you're going to be using your best team. And in order to use that best team over and over and over again, what are you going to need? Consumables, fitness cards, contract cards. So that is pretty much going to be a strategy of mine going in. When the game drops on Tuesday, I'm going to spend a ton of coins on picking up fitness cards, hopefully for cheap, and then I will be trying to sell them on, maybe not this Tuesday when the game drops, but like the following Wednesday when the first team of the week is released before the first weekend league. Go ahead and pick them up then. Go with the BBVA team for the Seven Nations Challenge. Pretty easy there. There are a couple of nations that have a high-ish frequency in the BBVA, so it's quite simple to do. You can see we're already up to 15,400 coins with the coin boost there. Hybrid Nations completed. Don't mind if I do. I was pretty pleased with that. So premium gold pack and 5,000 coins, which is great. And that means we get a chance. And already we were at 25,000 coins before. We have a bunch of cards listed for transfer right now. You can see we're selling 16 more cards. And the MLS player and the PSG player have sold on. So we still have plenty of cards to sell. We also have like 100 cards in our club right now that we can sell on as well, plus all the consumables on top of it. So I'd say we're in pretty good shape pre-opening this pack. Pick up Bastian Schweinsteiger. Don't mind if I do. I haven't sold him yet. So what I need you guys to leave a comment. Let me know if you would like to see a squad with Bastian or if you'd like to see me sell him on and pick up the profit. Obviously not as great as he has been in years past, but still a decent looking card and just like one of my favorite players of all time. So easy to pick out right there. Djilabodji, again, Sunderland, not a great team in actuality, not necessarily super desirable on Ultimate Team, but he is a unique nation. I think it's Cameroon. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me there. So for the squad building challenges, he's going to be going for like 900 coins. Buy now, easy as you'd like. Castillejo, I'm going to go ahead and keep him. I like keeping Spanish players for the challenges. He's pacey. I don't think he has 4-star skills, but he will either come in handy or I can discard him in the future or I can use him for a squad. A lot of different options. And rather than taking the 700 coins that he might sell for as a buy now right now, honestly, I could probably sell him for a 900 coin buy now. And I maybe should think about doing that. But not in my plans right now. A bunch more consumables. And of course, we have another premium gold players pack to open as well, which is just great. In this pack, Marquinhos, another player to be super, super fond of getting. Great option. It's going to be a pack in the future that people are like, this pack is terrible. But when you pack Marquinhos and Danny Welbeck, you're feeling a little bit better about it because Welbeck's going to sell for a buy now of somewhere around 4,500 coins, I think is what I end up listing him for. And largely, I could take my time and list him for a little bit higher, like wait, but I just rather have the coins at this point for other challenges or whatnot. Let me know if you guys also prefer the way of doing squad building challenges this way, where I just basically show you the squad that I end up turning in and then the results and the packs that we get. I'm pretty hopeful because if we do indeed pack a good player, and look at the buy nows that I'm doing. So Gillette, a unique nationality for the French league. I think there are only a few Belgian players. You've got Meunier, the right back for PSG. You've got Gillette, who plays for Nantes, and I think there's another one, but it's escaping me right now. I know Batshuayi, he's moved on, so he's not there anymore. But a unique nationality for the league. Because of the challenges that are out right now, that increases his price and makes him important. So take that into consideration. 750 coins for Egan as well. He's got decent pace. I think he actually sells for that, which is just fantastic. And so Marquinhos, we go out and have a look. And somebody's trying to price fix him at 4,000. Marquinhos, not a player that's uncommon enough that I'd recommend trying to price fix. Even though he's probably one of the better center back options in the French League One, I just would not recommend it. You saw there was like a buy now of about 3,000 in there. So I go ahead, list him up for 3,000 or maybe it's like 3,200 or something. Keeping all the German players because I think they're good for squad building challenge. You can see we're already creeping up with some of the prices. 22,000 coins right there. Don't mind if I do. So all in all, I would say it's looking to be pretty successful right here. And this is why I said they're easy free coins. We still have Carvajal to sell, Marquinhos to sell, some silvers to sell, some golds to sell. And after all was said and done, we're in much better shape. I think here we do like the starting from scratch, and this is just turning in a bunch of my non-rare silvers to upgrade to a few non-rare gold players. I just wanted to see what it was all about, or if it would be good, if it would be bad. Honestly, it's okay. It's kind of, this one's pretty average to me. Although, with that said, you're not using as many of these non-rare silvers for challenges, and yes, I could be selling them on, but I wanted to test it out and see what it looked like for you guys. Just so you could see, and then you can kind of decide for yourself if you think it's worth it or not. So we submit the squad, and we end up with, this is actually pretty great, 3 common gold players. Which really, it was not a great pack. I was joking with you guys. We've had pretty good pack luck though so far. So with that said, that is where we are going to come to a close in this episode. You guys will see where I'm at with the coin total completed in the next one. Now these guys I can't discard for anything, but I can use them for challenges in the future. So hopefully they'll be of use. If they're not, that's okay. Hopefully, well, I'll go ahead and do a gold one for you guys real quick just to see if then you can decide if you think this is worth it or not. I should really be selling that Christensen on because, again, he's a unique nationality in the Bundesliga. And the Bundesliga has enough unique nationalities that you can complete any of the multi-nation hybrids or however it works out. Whatever the squad challenge name is, I can't remember off the top of my head. So just tossing players in right there, trying to use the ones from as many off leagues as I can. And here we just I'm just putting in strikers because he'll get a little bit of a chemistry boost from from his buddy over there. Gonna go ahead and toss in, I thought I tossed in a left mid, unless I toss in another weird striker because I'm already at the chemistry threshold, which is I think the case because you have to toss in all gold players from this point forward. So now I'm just looking for bad players that I can add to the squad, or not necessarily bad players, but just ones that I think won't be as useful for chemistry challenges. So that we submit it and we get 2 rare gold players. I said it, I think it would be useful and I think it's fun, and I absolutely do. When there aren't other challenges to complete, or if you don't think there are going to be other challenges to complete, it's something to take into consideration because this, although we can use Samaras for the Liga NOS challenge, Alsoma and Samaras, not necessarily great players for us squad building. So you definitely roll the dice, but is it fun to do? Absolutely. Will I do it again? Most certainly. So list a few more players up, and that is finally where we will come to a close today. As always, I want to say thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this episode of Path to Power, a like or a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. If you think it's helpful and useful, be sure to share the content. It really does help me out. I also always appreciate your feedback, so be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think, if you're enjoying the series, what you might like to see in the future. Or if you just think that my squad building challenges, I'm not doing them right, that's fine too. So thank you guys for watching. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.